question for your family. How do you know if the water coming out of your tap is safe to drink in Illinois if officials don't know? Our NBC Chicago investigative team has been looking into questions of water system security ever since Iranian hackers were said to have gained access to water system computers in a dozen states. Investigative reporter Chuck Goudie joining us now with why Illinois leaders may be in the dark during a water system cyber attack, and one official, Chuck, that apparently has a plan to help solve this.
Would like to. That's right, Stefan. NBC5 Investigates has been focused on unlocking the water threat in Illinois for more than a week, ever since we learned that the state does not require any water system provider from Chicago to Carbondale to report their computers have been attacked, whether by Iran or a basement hacker down the street. Last Tuesday at 6, we reported the problem. Tonight, I found a Suburban Chicago state rep who is working on a solution and her concerns after the latest cyber attack on U.S. water.
I think my immediate thought was we need to make sure that we do something to keep our water safe.
Right now, if your Illinois water system was hacked by cyber terrorists, there is no regulation in place requiring them to report it to anybody, state officials or the feds.
Cybersecurity is one of those things that we need to be taking seriously, whether it is a hacker who is from a different country or somebody who is in the United States or down the street. Our responsibility is the same, right? We want to make it as difficult as possible for hackers to get into our systems.
That wasn't the case in Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, and several other states the past month that saw cyber attacks on their water processing computers. Attacks experts say had Iranian fingerprints. Representative Alivar's legislation, House Bill 3576, would tighten security and require Illinois' 1,700 water systems to report any attack to state emergency agencies.
The bill was introduced before we saw the cyber attacks that have come in the last couple of weeks. And if anything, I think that we are no longer talking about hypotheticals, but we're talking about serious risk and things that are happening as we are seeing now.
They don't have to poison the well. All they have to do is convince the public that the well is poisoned and the damage is done.
At several small water systems in the U.S., the Franklin Project, coordinated by University of Chicago and DEF CON, is providing cyber aid and identifying water utility computers susceptible to attack.
We've had dozens and dozens of them deployed to water utilities over the last 2 years. Many of the utilities have been able to shore up their own security.
And in Illinois, Representative Alivar says all water systems have to be buttoned up to ensure that what comes out of your tap doesn't become a weapon of terrorists.
We want to make sure that we are not just responding to attacks, but being proactive about making sure that we don't have any.
Frightening cyber attacks on water also prompting new federal legislation introduced today by Democratic U.S. Senators Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota and Adam Schiff of California that would put water plant cybersecurity in the hands of the Environmental Protection Agency. Tonight, many Republicans and some leading water industry groups already lining up in opposition. Indiana and New York are way ahead of Illinois in this, but in a very small group in the U.S.
Just in terms of technology and shoring up their systems?
Technology and mandating that they report if there's a cyber issue. And
as you hear that one gentleman, all it takes is just that little bit of doubt that there could be something not safe in the water.
Misinformation may be the worst part of this.
Absolutely. Chuck Goudie, thank you for your reporting.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.